A little bit of a lull going on here. Once again, if you guys are just joining us now, this is the Vainglory Master Series. We are in game number 2, and I forgot to change the score. We are in game number 2. Noble eSports is leading 1-0 at this point. The first game was a double buff comp coming in on both sides, and now we have a mirror matchup. Xenotech is going to be the first one to launch his ult, and right into the choke point. It's getting all members. Coeds does not go down, but the stun lands on him, and he's going to get smited down by Kroll. The chase is on for Noble eSports, and Beststruck and Chicken13 are going to be able to get out, or should be able to get out. They are pretty far ahead and pretty healthy at this point. What is Noble eSports going to do with this advantage, with this numbers advantage? They're going to be going right for the gold mine. It's going to be El Risco and Uni on that gold mine, while Xenotech goes back into lane to CS and clear that wave. And this is actually a pretty dangerous gold mine. We do have Beststruck and we have all members of Gankstars Vega coming in to try to steal this gold mine, and all of a sudden this is going to be a fight here. No weakness stacks on the gold mine, and it's actually going to be a gold mine going over to Gankstars Vega. So a stolen gold mine there. A big mistake by Noble eSports not using Xenotech for that extra damage. And now we have a fight here. Coeds is being the target, but Uni is getting stunned up as well. Xenotech is on the back doing as much damage as he can. He's going right on the Chicken13. This is a battle of kiting. The first crawl goes down, and it's actually going to be Chicken13 that goes down. Beststruck and is getting very, very low as well. Xenotech is going to have to go after Beststruck and while Uni is going to go right after Coeds. But Uni is starting to get low. There's the dash on Coeds. Coeds is getting taken down, and there's the smite. An ace, not an ace. An ace, not an ace. Not an ace, but 3 kills going over to the side of Noble eSports. Chicken13 was able to respawn by that time, but a 3-for-1 for the side of Noble eSports. However, Gankstars Vega was able to steal that gold mine for 900 gold, so I have to give the advantage to Gankstars Vega in that exchange. A nice job by them sniping that off, and even though we are at 2 to 5 kills, it is actually Gankstars Vega who's ahead in this game by 700 gold. So a big blunder there. I think that Noble eSports underestimated the death timers this early on in the game and thought that Gankstars Vega had no chance of contesting that gold mine. But Xenotech went into lane. He obviously has a lot more damage than Uni does. Gankstars Vega had great vision, great knowledge of the game, and they went right for that gold mine trying to contest it, and they did get that gold mine. So a great play by them, even though they lost all 3 members in the process. Now we have 6 members in the lane. This could be a fight going on here. Definitely dangerous here. There are the turrets that are still up. No turrets have gone down at this point. Now this is a big deal. We do have Chicken13 finishing the Atlas Pauldron. He's going for a more tanky defensive build, while Uni has picked up a heavy steal. There's the hook on Coeds though, and the stun. Coeds is going to be the focus, and he's getting taken down, and he is going to be the first one to go down. All members of Noble eSports are at full health, melting down Chicken13. Is the damage going to be enough? Chicken13 will go down to Kroll, and that's going to be 2 kills for the side of Noble eSports. The turret is still up and doing a lot of damage to Uni, but the turret does go down. Uni survives, and the only survivor is Beststruck and but Xenotech is coming in with the poke. Not going to be able to take down Beststruck and but a great fight for the side of Noble eSports, taking out 2 for 0, getting the turret for themselves, and now they're going to go ahead and steal some farm as well, pushing their advantage even further. And now it's Noble eSports that has the gold advantage in this game. Just before that fight broke out, I was going to point out that Uni does have a heavy steal, so Uni is going to go for more of an attack damage build, while Chicken13 is going for a defensive build with that Atlas Pauldron. The Atlas Pauldron will be used, hopefully, on Uni, and expected to be used on Uni to slow down his attack speed, but if that doesn't land, Uni is still going to be a monster in these fights. Oh, but hold that thought. Uni actually gets caught out. He's going to use his passive to run out of there with that speed boost, but now it's going to be Gankstars Vega that's in trouble. The stun lands on Coeds. Xenotech gets stunned on himself, but he's going to be shooting fireballs from the background. Beststruck and is getting very, very low. The hook does not land on Coeds. Beststruck and is getting focused down. He's going to be the first one down. Coeds is getting low. I don't think El Risco is going to be able to chase him. Xenotech needs to be careful against Chicken13. Chicken13 does have that Shiver Steal and the ability to melt down Xeno, but now we have Coeds. He is trying his best to run, but now he's between 2 turrets, and he is going to get shot down for the last shot by that turret, and that's going to be another nice fight over to the side of Noble eSports. A great job there. and I must commend Noble Esports in fighting on these chokes. You would think that fighting in a choke would not be advantageous for either team since it is a mirror matchup, but Xenotech has been doing a great job landing those puddles, landing those fireballs in the chokes, doing the AoE damage, and of course launching his ults out to get all 3 members of Gankstars Vega, and of course Uni for landing those stuns on Coeds every time at the beginning of the fight. A great job there. Now the game is still only about 2,000 gold difference, so a sizable lead for the side of Noble Esports, but the match isn't over by any chance. Once again, Noble Esports is leading 1-0 at this point, so if Noble Esports takes this game, they will take this series, yeah. And if Gankstars Vega wins, then it will go to game 3, but we have a slight skirmish here. It's kind of the same story while the Finns kind of dance around on the front line. The Scarves are in the background, spitting out fireballs over again, trying to do as much poke damage as they can. Noble Esports is just going to back off. They don't want to be too aggressive. They're going to steal a little bit of CS and be happy with taking their own jungle camps, recouping and trying to figure out what they want to do next. If we take a look at the CS, we have 106 on Coeds to 118 on Xenotech. So even though Gankstars Vega have been losing the fights, they've been doing a good job keeping up in CS. And in fact, if we take a look at the jungle, 61 CS on Chicken123 to 58 on Uni. Chicken123 is actually leading. So overall, I would say the CS is almost dead even between these two teams. And the difference in gold comes from the gold mines and the kills. Once again, we have Finns hanging out in bushes. Flares are getting dropped off. This is going to be an important thing coming into these fights, as Krulls love running out of bushes and melting scarves. So the flares and knowing exactly where the other team is going to be very important. Flare does get put down by Risco, knowing exactly where Gankstars Vega is. Is Uni going to be going in? He goes in for Best Chuck NA, not the target that he wants, but Best Chuck NA is still going to get taken down slowly. The weakness stacks are on top of him. He's already at half health. The smite comes down on Best Chuck NA, but that might have been too much dedicated to the tank player of Gankstars Vega. Xenotech is coming in with the ultimate. I don't know if it's going to be enough though. He's going to go ahead and back off as he is taking turret damage. Risco takes a turret shot as well. Best Chuck NA, however, is very, very low, and ouch! Look at that damage coming in on Coeds. Oh my gosh, 442 damage coming in with a fireball onto Coeds, and 2 fireballs later, Coeds is very, very low. He is out of energy. He's going to have to back up. Chicken123 is going to have to not back up. He was backing up, changed his mind there. And this means that Noble Esports gets a free chance at taking this gold mine, and this time Gankstars Vega is not able to contest, and that's going to be a decent gold payout for them. A nice win, and 3,000 gold ahead for them now. Xenotech, out of energy, is going to go home and fuel up. He is sitting on a Broken Myth and an Eve of Harvest, going towards that final item, expected to be a Shatterglass, possibly a Frostburn, but I think he favors that Shatterglass. And very close to that last offensive item as well. Coeds, however, is just sitting on a Frostburn and a Broken Myth, so no healing ability coming out of Coeds. It's going to be difficult for him to sustain in these fights, and I think Uni knows this. He's going right in for Coeds, and knowing that an ultimate will not be able to heal him up. Looks like Uni didn't build that. Whoa, the hook comes in, but it misses. Wasn't quite able to reach. And I think this is going to be a disengage, but Uni does change his mind. He's going to go right in. A nice dodge from the Polite Company. The Kraken is up at this point, so one fight going in either team's favor, and at this point it really can go either way. If a fight goes in favor of one team, that is probably going to be the Kraken, and it's going to be a big push coming in there. Gankstars Vega is in an awkward position here. They're going to have to fight, or Noble Esports is going to get free turret. A hook does not land. Uni and Xenotech both get stunned up. A reflex block gets popped a little bit too late. The first ult is now going to come out from the side of Coeds, but a nice stun from Uni is going to stop that ultimate. He's going deep into Coeds, but Uni is getting very, very low, and Uni does go down. Xenotech is the last one alive. It's going to be 2 versus 1. Xenotech does get stunned up. He's trying to land his fireballs on Coeds, but they're not landing, and Xenotech is going to be the last one to go down. Gankstars Vega taking this fight 3-1, and they've got themselves an ace, and they have free reign over this entire map. 16 seconds on Uni, 13 seconds on Risco. Gankstars Vega are going to go for a turret, and we'll see what they take from there. But all of a sudden, this game has gotten a lot closer. 1.5 thousand gold is all that separates these two teams. 17 minutes into the game, and a great fight, I must say, for the side of Gankstars Vega, pulling them back into the game and putting them in a good position going into the later stages of this game. Kraken is still up. Let's see if we have any vision around the Kraken. We do have Noble Esports with one scout trap in the bush, but it's not really on the Kraken. Oh, we might have a fight here. Beshuk and El Risco both throwing out those flares, trying to get the vision that their team needs. Uni looks like he's porting home, and he is going to port home. I don't think Gankstars Vega saw that, so they don't know that this could be an opportunity for a Kraken rush. But Uni is back into this fight. It's going to be very tense flares on both sides with the Venn diagram flares coming down. Coeds is doing a little bit of poke damage onto Uni, and he's doing a good job there as well. Beshuk and A is trying to pull somebody out from that grass. Wasn't able to do it. Uni doing a lap around this giant rock. Both teams are in a weird position. This is going to be very tense here. Oh, the hook does not land on Xenotech. A great reflex block keeps him alive there. If he did get hooked, that surely would have been a quick death for Xenotech. Xenotech is not sitting on any defensive items right now, only sitting on that reflex block, while Coeds does have that Aegis completed for himself. However, Xenotech does have more offensive items going into this next fight, and he will be dishing out more damage here. To take a look at the two crawl builds, we have a Pauldron picked up by Uni now, so we do have two Pauldrons on both teams. So we have four Pauldrons on the map, really trying to shut down that crawl. I think in these fights, it's really going to be about who can keep their Scarf alive and who can kill the enemy's Scarf. Obviously, the Scarf is the damage dealer, and the crawl's job is to kill the enemy's Scarf. But Noble Esports has already taken some poke damage. They're going to want to back up here. Coed's doing a good job on those fireballs. Landing on Xenotech, landing on Uni, definitely the heroes that you want to land those fireballs on. And being at a health deficit, Noble Esports is going to go ahead and back up, heal up, try to get some items, and come back. But Gankstars Vega is looking like they want to take this Kraken. They know that the members of Noble Esports backed up, and they're going to try to take this Kraken, and I don't think Noble Esports know. They're not coming towards the Kraken, and it looks like El Risco and Uni have finally decided to come towards this Kraken. Kraken is at half right now, and this could potentially be stolen. Is Gankstars Vega going to try to focus it down, or are they going to try to go for a fight? Kraken gets ignored. Kraken is going to go back home, and Uni is getting very, very low. Xenotech is coming in with the damage. The stun lands on Coeds, and the stun lands on Uni, but Xenotech is still free. A Fountain of Renewal is going to keep Coeds alive. The hook lands on Coeds. He's going to get stunned up, but it's actually going to be Beshuk and A who's going to be the first one to go down. Coeds is still alive, and Xenotech takes down Uni, and Xenotech takes down Chicken123, and Uni takes down Coeds, and that's going to be an ace for the side of Noble Esports. There's so many mirror heroes going on here. Too many crawls, too many scarves, and too many fins. I'm trying to figure out who's playing what hero. And we do have an ace, which means this is going to be a Kraken for the side of Noble Esports, with 3 turrets up and 1 turret getting knocked down by the minions right now. This is going to be a scary push coming out. We still have all members of Gankstars Vega dead now. Once again, Noble Esports is leading in this series in a best of 3, so if they win this game, they are going to take the series. And Kraken with full health is coming in, and Gankstars Vega has a rough task ahead of them, trying to take down this Kraken and trying to survive this push. They do have a Scarf, however. This is interesting because Scarf is one of the best heroes to push with the Kraken. At the same time, Scarf is one of the best heroes to defend against a Kraken. So as a mirror matchup, obviously nobody has the advantage except for, of course, the team that has this giant animal knocking away at your turret. And Kraken is trying to get focused down, but Chicken123 can't get in close enough to do the damage to the Kraken, and it's actually going to be the first turret going down. Kraken is still well above half health, so this push is going to continue, and all members of Noble Esports are at full health, while members of Gankstars Vega are getting chunked down right now, and Chicken123 already at half health. Uni and Xenotech going right for that turret, but there's the ult from Xenotech trying to take down. The hook comes in, lands on Xenotech, but Xenotech doesn't care. He's just going to walk out. Beshuk is getting very, very low. Chicken123 is getting very low as well. A Fountain of Renewal gets popped. It's not going to be enough. Beshuk is getting focused down. The Kraken does go down, however. Coeds is still alive and still at half full health. He's going to be chasing El Risco and doing a lot of damage to El Risco. El Risco goes down to the turret. Now Xenotech versus Coeds. Scarf versus Scarf, but guess what? Both Scarves have no energy. It's going to be a basic attack battle going on here. Xenotech did sell his Swift Shooter, so doesn't have the advantage there. And we do have Coeds with the base advantage going home and healing up. And that is 2 turrets for Kraken. In fact, 3 turrets from 1 going down to Krull and the minions. And there's 1 lone turret amongst a pile of dead bodies on the side of Gankstars Vega. And that's the last hope for survival, while there are still 4 turrets on the other side of the map for Noble Esports. So this is the awkward part where we only have 2 Krulls left on the map. They're not going to fight each other. They're just walking around waiting for their teammates to respawn. Let's see what infusions these guys are going to pick up. Coeds is still sitting on the double infusions from the last fight. Best Chuck and A picking up a fresh double infuse. Xenotech and Uni both with relatively fresh double infusions as well. We don't have infusions on Chicken 1 to 3. He is sitting on a crystal infusion, but that's going to run out any second now. And if he doesn't pick up infusions before this next fight, that's going to be a big advantage for Uni. Gankstars is going to take their minion mine, which is going to help them for this next fight. Noble Esports is positioning themselves interestingly, to say the least. Gankstars Vega knows that they need to be careful. They're going to go back home. They're going to go ahead and possibly infuse up. Chicken 1 to 3 is sitting in shop. I do expect him to pick up some infusions, but he's actually only sitting on 500 gold. So he's only going to be able to pick up 1 infusion if that's what he decides to do. Noble Esports is playing the ambush game. They're not taking this minion mine as well, which I think is interesting. On one side, I do think, you know, taking the minion mine gives away your position, but at the same time, I think that taking the minion mine could be set as bait. So this is going to be an interesting strategy coming out here. Noble Esports just hanging out here, knowing that if Gankstars walks out of their, if they walk out of their base, this is going to be the first place that they go, right? They're not going to walk down the lane. Just as I say that, they're walking down the lane. Oh, here they come though. Here they come though. Who's gonna? Coeds is in the back. Coeds is in the back. Uni's going in for Coeds. Coeds, it does get stunned up. He gets stunned up again. Xenotech is landing the ultimate, but oh my. Okay, I thought he got stunned up, but that was actually just graphical lag, and Coeds is getting very, very low. Xenotech still at full health, but now Coeds is going to turn around to land his ult, but El Risco with a great stun. Chicken 1 to 3 is taking damage from Xenotech now. Xenotech still at full health. Hook pulls in all members of Gankstars Vega in. The stun from some Finn. I can't tell which Finn is landing the stuns, but Finns are landing stuns everywhere, and that's going to be an ace for Noble Esports. Uni is alive. Xenotech is alive. The 2 damage dealers are going in, and they're going to be going for the last turret. They're going to be going in for the game, for the match, for the series, and this is going to be a 2-0 going to the side of Noble Esports. A great mirror matchup coming out, almost dead even at gold at 25 minutes of the game, 42,000 to 42,000 gold. And Noble Esports have proven that they are playing the better Krull, the better Scarf, and the better Finn. And a great game and a great series by both teams here. Congratulations to Noble Esports. Hi poo. Alright, so that was game number 2, and this is what I wanted to see. I knew that eventually we would have a mirror matchup. I knew we would have a mirror matchup on both sides, and it's always interesting to see a Scarf, which is so much about landing those skill shots. Krull, all about timing your abilities, timing your smites, timing your dashes, and of course landing your ultimates. I do have to say that both Finns did such a great job landing the stuns, canceling the ults. But I do think that the side of Noble Esports, one thing that I do want to point out is that in pretty much every team fight, Coed's ult got canceled, while Xenotech, you know, he got to use 80% to 100% of his ultimate. And that's such a big damage dealer for the team and for the team fights, that the fact that Coed's ult got interrupted by either Uni stun or El Risco stun almost every single fight, either at the beginning or very quickly after the ultimate launch, that was definitely a deciding factor in these games. That last fight, however, as close as it was, you have to say that the positional advantage from Noble Esports gave them that fight. I'm actually surprised how close that fight was, considering the positional advantage that Noble Esports had. And I really think if the fight was just head-to-head, it could have gone to the side of Gankstars Vega. But a great call there. Not sure who was making the calls there, but a great call there, waiting in that bush, knowing that that was going to be the first place that Gankstars Vega was going to walk through when walking out of their bush, not taking that minion mine. Now I will say, I will admit that was a good idea not to take that minion mine, not giving away their position, and an ambush with co-eds in the back line. Gotta expect that. You gotta expect that late game, checking every bush, knowing that it's a possibility, and with co-eds lagging behind and being the first target. You know, it was no wonder that Noble Esports took that last fight. So even though 9 kills to 18 kills, that was actually very, very close. Almost dead even in gold at the end of that game. But it will be Noble Esports taking that series